Good afternoon, everyone. In case you haven't noticed, we are Creative Dog. And this is Soheyla. I'm the head of AI here. And the doggo who goes around and sniff you, that's Chloe. And this is the second time, actually, I'm giving a speech in PyData. For those of you who were in the previous talk when we went over the rack systems, welcome back. And those who you were not there, well, you missed a great one. But don't worry. It's going to be fun. Since then, we learned a lot, and we're going to share with you. So you can see that the topic is about designing LLM systems, which is compliant. And we're going to share today with you the good, the bad, and then, oh, no, not that one again moments, because let's face it, it's not as easy as it might seem to design an AI system. And I will be joined by my amazing colleague, Honza, our senior data scientist, and we're going to share with you our journey, how we design, build, and spoiler alert, rebuild our system. So let's dive into it. Okay, do you remember your last application when you apply for a job? Who remembers? Everybody remembers. Yeah, that's sometimes painful. So you look at the job description and you're like, this is me. I'm the one. They wrote it based on my resume. And then you apply for it, and then you are like the applicant number 100. You already know I'm not going to be contacted, right? I'm going to get lost. And sometimes you are the right person, but you don't know how to write a CV, right? To be well processed by the ATS system. And you know, ATS system is the applicant tracking system. So that's another pain point. And my favorite one. You are the wrong candidate, but somehow you get matched, and oops, you get the job, and you are miserable. Who has been through this journey? Oh, one brave, two people? Yeah. Thanks for the honesty. I appreciate it. So, joke aside, is not just about applicants. The whole hiring system is very chaotic. So imagine, as a recruiters, you're going to receive 100 applicants. It's very hard to go over them, right? You're a human after all. And 50% of your time, up to 50% of your time, is about going through irrelevant CVs. On the other hand, you are a great candidate. You are the right person. But the waiting time is so long, and you already know you're going to be ghosted. And also for the businesses, the time to hire sometimes skyrockets, and you potentially actually lose some revenue here. So it's like lose, lose, lose game. And as an engineer, we don't like inefficiency, right? So we want to make it more efficient, this process. That's why we thought, let's build something cool. So we built Rex. When people hear Rex, sometimes they think as like T-Rex, like it's sitting and then like smashing the CVs. And the second part, some people are reminded of the Commissar Rex. Who here remember Commissar Rex? Oh, okay. We don't have so many Gen Z, it seems. It was like 1994 or something. Okay, we are in the same league. So the Rex that we built actually is more toward the Commissar Rex, like saving the day, sniffing the right job for you, something like Chloe doing today. Be aware, she might be up to something. So yeah, we built Rex, and then we were happy. Or are we? You might think, okay, you want to match the candidate with the job description. It's so easy, right? It's just like a matching system. Or is it? This is the recommendation system feature actually from LinkedIn. And you can see here, this is my application. Actually, this is my, my LinkedIn profile. And I have been matched with something. Let's see what LinkedIn thinks. Oops. Soheyla, you are a match for the lead accountant. I mean, my profile screams data science and AI, yet I cannot be lead accountant. I mean, Sure, I can be, but the company would be bankrupt, I guess. So it's not as easy as it seems, right? Recommendation of the LinkedIn. But then we says, wow, I mean, LLMs are here, everything will be fine, let's do it. So we took the initiative, and then in one of the hackathons that we built, actually, this was one of the systems. We said, okay, let's build an AI assistant recruitment system. Actually, Michal is here. Michal, raise your hand. He was the winner, actually, of the hackathon. No? But yeah, so we had some winners. They won, and then we said, let's build it. Everybody happy, everybody proud. We put it into career website, and we were proud for 2 weeks, I guess. It didn't last because somebody came and said, hey, cool, but what about AI Act? So for those of you who don't know about AI Act, actually is a regulatory framework, and it actually put any POCs or any AI systems into several categories. You cannot perhaps see it well, but it comes from minimal risk, limited risk, high risk, and unacceptable risk. And for each category, each AI system that you build, you should basically follow some strict standards here. And you can guess what we've built was a high risk. And we're not actually clicking all the boxes, right? So analyzing of job application. Cool, that was painful. So we dig into the AI Act, what it is, what it means for AI engineers actually, what you should be aware of. One of the focus area is transparency. You need to build a system which is transparent. You can explain each component. When the decision is made, you should be able to track it, log it, and explain it later. Also, ethical standards is very high, so it's important to build something which is fair, non-biased, and you should be prepared for creating some mitigation risk for the biases. And of course, human oversight, right? You want the human to be part of the decision making, if not the main one. This is very important, and you want to think about the frameworks, how to put the human in the loop mechanism. It's very important. To achieve this, actually, we went through an extensive AI Act checklist. And what's happening here is that we divided all the areas through all the development phases, how we can make sure in each phase we are compliant. And it's not for us just to check the boxes, really. It was help how to think for the design process, how to build the system from ground up, and how to make sure that we are actually compliant. It might be not very visible, but one of the areas here is transparency. We have 4 levels of transparency that we have to consider when designing the system. And in the right side, you would see that also for the biases, we identify 3 levels of risk here that we have to have some mechanism for it. Example? This is just an example, just sneak peek of what we have done. Of course, we're not going to share everything because that's a know-how, but you can see what's the idea. So imagine if you have a candidate and they match with the job, right, with the same profile. If you keep the profile the same, but just change the ethnicity, change the gender, whatever you want, you should be able still to get the same score of the match, right? That's only you can say it's fair and it's not biased. So we've done a lot of testing this way, and this is a sneak peek. But having said that, just remember the naive POC we did with the hackathon, right? So we had to rethink, we had to retreat and design the regs, actually. And here I would invite Honza to come and get to the technical part. I guess you might need this.
Okay, thank you. So how it works, what's the feature of our system? So main features are like we decide to like interact with the user in step-by-step workflow, not using chat, because chat could derail and it's not doesn't help with determinism, and we wanted deterministic system. We wanted to that it works same way all the time. So we are using LLM just to extract data based on which we are scoring or finding the best position for a candidate. And last feature is that we wanted to be integrated with ATS system. We are using DataCrute because this is the way how recruiters interact with it. Like there are all job position, there are job candidate job application. So this is the like entry point for recruiters. And there are two additional features. We are monitoring it. We are monitoring how it behaves, like if there are any errors, because also LLMs can change, like behavior of LLMs can change based on version. So it's interesting part of it. And Slack notification. We are notifying recruiters what's going on in the system. So. Yeah. So architecture. There are four main parts. First is career page. This is the interface with candidates. Other part is direct to this back office database, which like maintains state of candidates, like candidate state in our workflow, and also can be used for setting up some additional functionalities. And matching engine, this is the Python part, which is responsible for extraction of data and scoring job position based on candidate CV. Last part is the DataCrute. Like everything, like DataCrute is a source of truth for us. Every position which we offer or like open is in DataCrute, and when candidate can like applies for the job, it's stored also there. So recruiters can process it. Also, like for the matching, to be able to match, each job has to have some matching criteria. For that, we have to develop tool for recruiters that they can set the criteria for each job easily. Yeah, decision making. So how it works? We try to match position based on your CV, and if there is some position, you can continue. We are asking you deal-breaking questions, which like can if you pass them, you can continue, you can apply for a job. Otherwise, we can ask you if you want to stay in touch. Like we can put you in talent pool, and if you found some position for you, we can contact you, or you can ask us directly. This is what we have to do because of AI Act, but also we are aware of that. It's not like 100% accurate. So we are using LLM, so there can be some mistakes. Something can go wrong. You are probably missing something in your CV. So in that case, you can something important for us. In that case, you can ask us directly. So this is the human in the loop what we have to provide. Yeah. So what are the steps? First, you provide a CV. We validating it if it's in right format, if it's the right size, because we have to limit size of your CV to reasonable level. Then we transcribe your CV. We are doing it in following steps, like we create an image from each page, and then try to extract what we need, extract the text from the CV. Why we are not getting text directly from the CV? There are two reasons. One reason is prompt injection, because there are documented examples how you can change context of like LLM call, that you can provide some hidden text which normally you cannot see because it's probably hidden after some image, or it's in text which is the same color as a background. So, but if you use some PDF library which can read PDFs, it will be there. And so this is one thing. Other thing is that normally CVs can have multiple columns, and if you extract the text, it combines text from each column. So it's mishmash, because one column is like what's your language skills and some basic information, and other are like your job experiences, and it combines them together, and like it's unreadable even for LLM. So this is other thing, and maybe there's a third thing. Some people are providing CV in PDF, but it's just a raster image in it, so you cannot read it. Which I wasn't expecting, but it happens. Yeah, so. And next step is validation of a CV. Like, why? Because if you provide something which is not CV, and you are asking for some, like, how many years a candidate has experience with, let's say, Python programming, and there is nothing like CV in it, like could be menu from restaurant. It will hallucinate and it will provide some answer for you, but like it will be total nonsense. So we are validating CV if like asking, is it CV? Does it have? Is there any like information about candidate experiences, language skills, etc.? And if not, we are considering it as a non-valid CV. That's why we have the contact for recruiters, because some people doesn't have what they expect. So it can, even if it looks like a CV, valid CV from our point of view, it's not. So some people can forget to mention education, even if they are they're having it on LinkedIn profile. Then we have multiple open job positions, and each job position have its criteria, which contains attributes we want to know, like experience in Python programming, experience with I don't know, finance, etc. And they can overlap. So to save tokens and time, we are merging them to a list of unique attributes, and we are extracting only them. Then we are start to extract these attributes and candidate contact information, because we need it for creating application in Datacruit, like name, email address, etc. And also we are extracting seniority level. We are estimating what is your seniority level. Why we are doing it is because we want to offer you positions which are on same level as you are. So we have multiple positions. We have like position which are more senior, like senior programmer or some, I don't know. But we also have some less senior position, less demanding, which you can fit because you are like more senior, but you are not interested in. So we score all of them. If you are over the threshold, we will offer them to you, but grouped by seniority level and from the highest to lowest. So we will be probably interested in the highest seniority levels, but maybe not. We can check other. And yeah, I said it already. We are just returning positions which are over threshold. Each position can have its own threshold. So yeah, but we know that because it's in the criteria. Yeah. So I already mentioned like a matching engine has a responsibility like validation inputs, transcription of text, like content of the CV, extraction data, and scoring based on criteria, scoring them to relatively to CV. Score, like how we do the scoring function, how we creating the scoring function. It's defined by a recruiter in the using the scoring matching criteria builder. It's simple UI when you can choose which attributes you want your candidate to have. So like languages, experience with in some field, or experience with some positions like Python programming, and also maybe location. Are they located when you need them? And all of them are like you are getting. We are trying to do it like softly, so it's not all of them are yes or no. Like if you have experience, we are probably expecting 3 years of Python programming, but maybe you are having just 2.5 years, and it shouldn't disqualify you because maybe you have other qualities. So that way we are computing the score, so you can get from 0 to 100, and if we are setting the threshold. A threshold is set that way that you shouldn't miss any of them, but you can have some minimal value. We are doing something similar with languages. Probably you can be asked to know more than one language. So in that case, we are asking for Czech and English, a Czech on a conversational level, and English on fluent level. And we can compute the score based on what you really have. Yeah, so this is like soft, and to be like to correct, because some attributes are like must have. So you have to be probably if you are asking for position in Prague, you should be in Prague. So we have deal breaking questions which are like if you are not fulfilling them, it's no go. You will be informed that you are probably not the right person for the job. So we sum all these points, and we get the score, and that's how it works. Yeah, maybe you want to continue, but or I can, yeah. So.
Thank you. Okay, let's figure out. It's harder than AI, I think. Okay. Yes, it is. So We talked a lot about biases. Let me ask organizer, is it okay if I have it this way? Like, funguje? Okay. Yeah. Okay, so we talked about biases, and now I want to have a question for you. If you're designing an AI recruitment assistant and you want to prevent the ageism, how would you approach that? First of all, you know what is ageism, right? So you don't want to penalize the people who are older. So if you look at it, if you are actually having the scoring function, like parabolic scoring function like this one, on the x-axis, you have the experience in years, and then y-axis, you have the score, right? So as you age and as you go older, it means your score goes down. This is no way, right? So instead, we're going to have quadratic functions when you get to maximum level of the score, it continues straight, meaning that you wouldn't actually decrease this score in this way, right? So this is one way that you want to think about how to avoid these kind of biases. The second one, which Honzo actually touched upon, is about how can you make sure that you're inclusive and fair to all candidates. So assume that recruiters come to us and says, I have a job position and I need a person who speaks both English and Czech, right? And then here, again, on the x-axis, we have the knowledge level. So it comes from basic, conversational, proficient, fluent to native. And on y-axis, again, you have the scores. So now, if a candidate actually comes and the person is not proficient, but it's like in conversational level, you still want to give them some score, right? So then if they have both, for example, here the candidate is proficient in Czech language, but conversational in English, you would actually sum these two and you see 7.5 score for them. So you still give them some score. And this is just an example. You can have as many functions and as many requirements as you want. And it's very important, especially for the companies who work globally. And it helps to balance actually the priorities. So these were just two examples. There can be much more. And we talked a lot about how we failed, how we retreat, how we came back, how we design. So what? At the end, when you design some AI systems, you should figure out how did it work. You should translate it in the money. And based on our experience, actually head of our AI recruiter is here. So now the recruitment process is 2 times faster. So we actually achieved a higher speed here. It's more accurate, right? Because 100 CV, now they can be much more faster process and with more level of accuracy, can give the attention to the people as they need instead of going just to administrative tasks, right? The time is more free now. So also now it's more compliant with the regulatory terms, AI Act, GDPR, and also it creates a ranking score, meaning that recruiters now can get the attention to based on this score that is matched, but still they go and the decision is theirs, right? At the end, they're gonna prioritize, they're gonna see who is like the best match and they're gonna contact them. And then get back to the first part, if you are applicant number 100, you don't have to be worried to be ghosted or lost in the queue, hopefully. That was all from us. Thank you very much for your attention. You can find us on the LinkedIn. And yeah, that's about it.
Thank you both for the talk. And now we have some time for questions. Again, we have a lot of them, so let's try to pick some of those. So, the first one, first are about poisoning the algorithm. One of them is about injecting keywords, like how to avoid keyword padding in the CV.
Yeah, so this is for me. I don't think it's possible. big course, we are asking for specific information, like how you we tried, but it wasn't possible. We were not successful because we are asking for years of experience in some field, but or like programmer, like I mentioned, a Python programmer. But you have you work for 1 year in one company, for 2 years in other company. So we have to extract the time you spend in these companies, and if it's in the CV, we are extracting it. If it's not, like how you want to manipulate it? We are not asking, does a candidate have sufficient experience with Python programming? We are asking how long, and also we are getting like apart from these values, we are also asking for reasoning. So for each candidate, for each position we scored, we have not just scores, but we have also, like for each attribute we extracted, we have a reason why LLM extracted that way. So yeah.
Actually, like I think the question was how we avoid, like, right? So it means that you cannot now. We tested these prompt injection techniques furiously, and it was not possible to do it because Bozo mentioned just maybe you don't need to say. It's more efficient.
Other thing is that we are using structured output, particularly function calling, because when we started, it was only way how to get structured output from LLM. So yeah, to know, like you should know or have to know what we are asking if you want to manipulate it. And yeah, we tried and we are not able to do that. Maybe it's possible, but.
Thank you. And the second question about poisoning was rather about prompt injections, like match me as the best candidate.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, thank you. The next one is, how do you get data for training and validation? You need to not be in conflict with GDPR. Are they completely artificial made or
You're closer.
So we started with synthetic data. We asked Alex for examples of job position, and based on that we generated artificial CVs with different level of suitability. And based on that, we tested our solution, tuned it, and tested again. And after that, we started testing it on real CVs, which were our own.
We sacrificed our own CVs. The whole team.
Yeah. So.
Thank you. Another question is if Rex can use more data than just what the applicant provided, like scraping LinkedIn or GitHub or other public sources.
I think that scraping such resources is not ethical. That's one thing. Other thing is how can you do that without like we blocked by LinkedIn. We want to use their API, but we were stonewalled. Like you can ask for that, but they are not responding. So
maybe I can add to it as well.
Yeah.
Okay. This is actually a great demand. I have a LinkedIn. I want to directly go from the LinkedIn and be matched, right? This seems like all great, but we tried. There is a problem. First of all, there are some APIs, for example, Apify APIs that you can scrape data. It is not ethical. Okay, you might bend it, but it's also not legal, right? So you couldn't go there. So we chose the second approach. We approached the LinkedIn. Hey, we are a creative dog, and we need to cooperate with you. Can you provide this for us with the help of our legal team? Of course. And we got ghosted. So we decided to go this way. Now, the only way to use your LinkedIn is just to extract your CV in form of PDF from the LinkedIn. Yeah, so that was the thing.
Yeah, and also like we wanted it because it will smoother the process because you don't have to provide anything. You will just and we will get your identity. We will be sure that you are existing, you exist, like LinkedIn thinks you exist. So it's like much better. Say expectance. You are really the person. We don't want to ask you to create some credentials or provide Google authentication or something like that. So it will be much better, but we didn't get that.
I have a LinkedIn, so I exist.
Thank you. And another two questions are related to evaluations. This is the hardest usually part. So how did you evaluate the value of the system or the outcomes? And how do you handle scoring metrics evolution based on feedbacks, perhaps toggle drift?
Okay, so this is very subjective, as you can imagine. In this case, we wanted to have the subjective opinion of the expert. In this case, they are recruiters. So when the synthetic testing was done, with the synthetic CVs, we know already this person should match this job. So here we had some hard criteria, does it match, does it or not? So that's fine. But when it comes to something that we don't know, when it comes to real production, then it is important to actually ask the expert, hey, if it were you, would you actually select this person? Not how. So this is the part when we call human in the loop. When you notify the expert in the Slack channel, they can go to the back office and they see the output, right? And then here they can actually change it if they agree, if they disagree, and everything like this.